Welcome to today's paper reading. Today's paper is titled, LongWriter, Unleashing 10,000 plus word generation from long context LLMs. This paper was published on the AR14 preprint by Yushi and colleagues from Tsinghua University and Jipu AI. The current limitations of long context large language models, LLMs, are that they can process inputs up to 100,000 tokens but struggle to generate outputs exceeding 2,000 words. This limitation is due to the scarcity of long output examples in supervised fine-tuning (SFT) datasets. To address this, the authors introduce AgentWrite, a pipeline that decomposes ultra-long generation tasks into subtasks, allowing off-the-shelf LLMs to generate coherent outputs exceeding 20,000 words. They also create LongWriter 6K, a dataset with output lengths ranging from 2K to 32K words, which, when incorporated into model training, successfully scales the output length of existing models to over 10,000 words while maintaining quality. Additionally, they develop LongBenchWrite, a benchmark for evaluating ultra-long generation capabilities, on which their 9B parameter model, improved through DPO, achieves state-of-the-art performance, surpassing larger proprietary models. This work demonstrates that existing long context LLMs have the potential for a larger output window, which can be unlocked with extended output data during model alignment. Recent advancements in long context large language models, LLMs, have significantly increased memory capacities, allowing them to process histories exceeding 100,000 tokens. However, these models struggle to generate outputs longer than 2,000 words. Analysis of user interaction logs indicates that over 1% of prompts request outputs exceeding this limit, underscoring the need for models capable of generating longer texts. To address this, the authors introduce AgentWrite, a novel pipeline designed to produce extended, coherent outputs of up to 20,000 words, thereby enhancing the model's ability to handle long text writing tasks. The authors construct the LongWrite ruler evaluation to probe the generation length limits of large language models, LLMs. They create 8 different instructions, 4 in Chinese and 4 in English, varying the output length requirement L. This results in 48 test prompts. They measure the maximum output length of 4 open source and 4 proprietary models, setting the temperature to 0.5 and the max tokens parameter to 32K for open source models. The authors observe that the maximum output length of all models is around 2K words. To test the hypothesis that the output length limit is due to the inherent constraints in SFT data, they conduct controlled experiments using GLM4-9B. By filtering SFT data by output length, they find that the model's maximum output length increases proportionally with the maximum output length in the SFT data, indicating that the model's output limit is due to insufficient output length in the SFT data. Figure 1 illustrates the results of the LongWriter ruler test, which probes the maximum output length that large language models, LLMs, can generate. The test reveals that all models exhibit a consistent limitation, producing outputs that do not exceed approximately 2,000 words. This limitation is evident across both open source and proprietary models. Notably, the effective output window size for these models does not reach their maximum token generation capacity. Additionally, the average output length decreases as the required length surpasses 10,000 words, likely due to an increasing number of refusal cases by the models. Figure 2 illustrates the results of the LongWriter ruler test on the GLM4-9B model, which was trained on SFT datasets with varying maximum output lengths. The test reveals that the model's maximum output length increases proportionally with the maximum output length in the SFT data, reaching approximately 600, 900, and 1,800 words for SFT data limits of 500, 1,000, and 2,000 words, respectively. This finding suggests that the model's output limit is directly influenced by the output length constraints present in the SFT data. AgentWrite is designed to automate the construction of data for long outputs using off-the-shelf large language models, LLMs. The process involves breaking down long writing tasks into multiple subtasks, each requiring the model to write a single paragraph. These subtasks are executed sequentially, and their outputs are concatenated to form the final long output. This divide-and-conquer approach is inspired by successful applications in problem-solving, software development, and model evaluation. The method consists of three main steps: planning, writing, and validation. In the planning step, LLMs are used to create a writing outline that includes the main content and word count for each paragraph. The writing step involves calling the LLM serially to complete each subtask, ensuring coherence by feeding the model with previously generated sections. Finally, in the validation step, the method is tested on two long-form writing datasets to assess both the length and quality of the generated outputs. The results show that AgentWrite successfully extends the output length of GPT-4o to approximately 20k words while maintaining high output quality. Figure 3 illustrates the AgentWrite pipeline designed to overcome the limitation of existing LLMs in generating long outputs. The process begins by breaking down a long writing task into multiple subtasks, each responsible for writing a single paragraph. These subtasks are executed sequentially by the model, and their outputs are concatenated to form the final long output. This method ensures that the model can produce outputs of sufficient length by focusing on manageable subtasks, thereby enhancing the overall coherence and quality of the final document. Table 1 provides an overview of the key statistics for the LongWrite dataset, which is used to evaluate the performance of long-form writing models. The dataset includes 120 varied writing prompts, with an even split between Chinese and English. These prompts are divided into 4 subsets based on the required word count: 0-500 words, 500 to 2,000 words, 2,000 to 4,000 words, and over 4,000 words. Additionally, the prompts are categorized into 7 types of output, such as literature and creative writing, academic and monograph, and news report. This diversity in the dataset allows for a comprehensive evaluation of the model's ability to meet different writing requirements and styles. Figure 4 presents the evaluation results of the LongWrite ruler dataset, demonstrating that AgentWrite significantly increases the output length capability of GPT-4o from a maximum of 2k words to approximately 20k words. The evaluation uses a piecewise linear function to score the output length, ensuring the score decays linearly when the output deviates from the required length. Additionally, GPT-4o is assessed on 6 quality dimensions to evaluate the overall output quality, decoupled from the length score. Table 2 presents the evaluation results of AgentWrite strategies on the LongWrite benchmark. The table highlights that AgentWrite successfully extends the output length of GPT-4o from a maximum of 2k words to approximately 20k words. The evaluation includes assessing both the output quality and adherence to the required output length. Additionally, a variant of AgentWrite, denoted as plus parallel, is assessed, which generates outputs for each paragraph in parallel during Step 2. In this section, we discuss the construction of training data and the process of model training aimed at generating ultra-long outputs. We selected 6,000 instructions requiring long outputs from existing datasets, including 3,000 from GLM4's SFT data and 3,000 from WildChat-1M. These instructions were processed using the AgentWrite pipeline with GPT-4o to obtain responses. For model training, we utilized 2 open-source models, GLM4-9b and Llama 3.1-8b, adopting packing training with loss weighting to enhance efficiency. This resulted in 2 models, LongWriter 9b and LongWriter 8b. Our experimental results show that LongWriter models consistently provide longer and richer responses compared to previous models. Additionally, direct preference optimization, DPO, significantly improved both output quality and the model's ability to follow length constraints, extending the output length limit to between 10k and 20k words. Figure 5 illustrates the distribution of output lengths in both the general supervised fine-tuning (SFT) dataset and the LongWriter 6K dataset. The LongWriter 6K dataset effectively fills the gap in the general SFT data for outputs longer than 2,000 words. The output lengths within LongWriter 6K are relatively evenly spread across the range of 2,000 to 10,000 words. However, it is noted that there are fewer than 100 instances in LongWriter 6K with output lengths reaching 20,000 words or more. This suggests that while LongWriter 6K significantly enhances the availability of long output data, there is still a need for more extensive data to support even longer output generation. Table 3 presents the evaluation results of various models on the LongBenchWrite task. It categorizes model performance based on different output length ranges and provides scores for both output quality, SQ, and length, SL. Notably, GPT-4o's self-evaluation might introduce bias due to its role in judging output quality. The table also references scoring trends on the English subset of LongBenchWrite, detailed in Table 7. Figure 6 illustrates the relationship between the required length of instructions and the actual response length generated by various models on the LongBenchWrite dataset. The figure highlights that most models struggle to meet the length requirement of over 2,000 words, with only a few, like Claude 3.5 Sonnet, achieving decent scores in the 2K, 4K range. In the 4K, 20K range, nearly all previous models fail to reach the target output length, often scoring 0. In contrast, the LongWriter model, trained with additional data, effectively meets the required output length while maintaining good quality, as indicated by the scatter plots in the figure. Figure 7 illustrates the cumulative average negative log likelihood, NLL, loss of two long context models, GLM4-9b and Llama 3.1-8b, at various positions within the outputs generated by three LongWriter models. The NLL loss is measured across approximately 100 text samples longer than 8,192 tokens. A lower NLL value signifies better prediction performance. The data reveals that both models exhibit significantly better prediction at later text positions, indicating the presence of long-range dependencies in the outputs of the LongWriter models. Figure 8 presents the LongWrite ruler test results for LongWriter models, indicating their maximum generation lengths range between 10,000 to 20,000 words. The test highlights the model's capabilities in producing lengthy outputs, though the absence of sufficient supervised fine-tuning, SFT, data for even longer outputs is identified as a limiting factor. This figure is crucial for understanding the current boundaries of these models' text generation abilities and the potential areas for future improvements. Figure 9 presents a win rate heat map on the LongBenchWrite dataset, illustrating the performance of different models. Notably, the DPO-trained model is favored by humans in 58% of the comparisons against LongWriter 9b. Additionally, LongWriter 9b DPO, despite having fewer parameters, manages to achieve a tie with GPT-4o. The heat map effectively visualizes the pairwise wins and losses among the models, providing a clear comparative analysis. Table 4 presents the ablation results of the LongWriter 9b model evaluated on the LongBenchWrite benchmark. The table details the performance metrics for different training configurations, including the baseline model trained with only general SFT data, a model trained with plan-augmented LongWriter 6K data, and another model trained with 6K instruction back translation data. The results indicate the impact of adding LongWriter 6K data on the model's ability to handle longer output lengths and the quality of those outputs. Additionally, the table highlights the effects of incorporating plan-augmented data and back translation data on the model's performance, with green and red cells denoting improvements and degradations, respectively. In the realm of long-context large language models, LLMs, the context window is analogous to the working memory of the human brain. Research has explored various methods to expand this context window, including zero-shot extension techniques and fine-tuning the model on longer sequences. Despite these advancements, the maximum output length of these models is significantly shorter than their input capacity. Our work addresses this discrepancy by investigating methods to extend the maximum output length. Additionally, aligning LLMs to follow specific constraints is crucial for producing longer, richer outputs. Prior studies have shown that alignment training, which includes supervised fine-tuning and reinforcement learning from human feedback, can teach LLMs to prioritize instructions and follow various constraints. Our alignment approach focuses on the underexplored area of meeting user instructions that require ultra-long outputs. In this study, the authors identified a 2,000-word generation limit for current large language models, LLMs. To address this, they proposed increasing the output window size by incorporating long output data during alignment. They developed AgentWrite, an agent-based pipeline that leverages existing LLMs to create extended, coherent outputs. This approach successfully scaled the output window size to over 10,000 words with the constructed LongWriter 6K. Extensive ablation studies on the training data confirm the effectiveness of this method. Looking ahead, the authors suggest 3 future directions: expanding the AgentWrite framework to construct even longer outputs, refining the framework to achieve higher quality long output data, and addressing the challenges to inference efficiency posed by longer model outputs. Various methods have been proposed to enhance inference efficiency, and it is worth investigating how these methods can be applied to ensure improved model efficiency without compromising generation quality. Thank you for watching.